David Nelson, the city inspector, to come and give us a little update on where we're at with the nuisance and abandoned properties and houses. Mr. Nelson?
For the money, as the mayor said, this is not going to be done with city tax dollars. So we're working with Ronnie Bell's office and Title Guarantee to make sure we're contacting the right property owners. Because in order to do this per law, we have to be sure we're dealing with the right ones. But in the meantime, we've had several people already come forward with us, because in compiling our list of 64 houses in town that we decided need to come down, the word's gotten out and phone calls have been made. And surprisingly, everybody knows there's a problem in town, yet it's been going on for 20 years. But in doing this, there's a lot of good people out there that are willing to work with us. And as y'all are in your areas and the community as well, a lot of people tend to think that money's a little high, so they're going to do it themselves. We're going to allow that, but we're also going to stay on them and make sure progress is being made. Just since last week, once I really started talking with these, 321 Bean, there's a big difference being made there. Kathy Witt over on Hilltop contacted us about cleaning up her lot, and she paid to get that done. You'll drive by there. I know James Moore has seen it. I'm sure Marge gets right in front of her house. That's a big difference there. It already looks better. 512 Monroe, that's been cleaned up, and if you'll notice that, they paid for us to do that, but the property owner took on himself the corner of Clay and Calhoun. He brought a track hoe in there and cleaned that up, and today 2 what's called Katrina cottages are sitting there. They look real nice, so if y'all get a chance to drive by there. One of the properties at 826 Elm, the people's going to fix that up and make it a livable structure, which we're all for that too. Again, we know a lot of these properties are family property. They don't want to see anything happen to them. If they're willing to work with us, we're willing to work with them, but we're going to monitor the progress. 634 Couch Street. Guys cleaning it up. He started this morning. Just in the 6 hours that he worked there today, outstanding difference. 123 East Ross, same thing. That man worked half a day on Friday, already tremendous difference. 631 Couch Street. The family's contacted us there. That's family property. One family member lives here, 2 family members live off. They're discussing with the family themselves to decide whether they want to pay the city to clean it up or clean it themselves, but that property will also be cleaned. 608 Peace has started cleaning up. And then right before coming in here, Dr. Butler called. He owns the property on North Oakland, and he said, I want to applaud the city for taking a stand on this. He knows he has a property, and his check is in the mail for us to clean up his. So we need more people like all of these citizens and Dr. Butler to get on board. Let's make the community look like it can and should. So we're going to move forward. The fund's going to help us a lot. Y'all got the list that I initially started. That's an ongoing list. Feel free, if you want an update, holler at me and I'll print out a new one, because it changes daily with my notes and everything on it. A lot of the properties I've gotten flagged with a notice on. There's still a lot out there that don't, so if you get any people saying, why did my property get flagged but my neighbor's property didn't, just let them know that we're coming. So just bear with us, and it's going to be good. It's a tremendous difference just on these properties today, and if y'all are out and about, take a look at that. Any questions?
Any idea how much money we've collected?
Total
In-kind donations?
about $1,500, and we'd be happy to take more.
We got a $1,200 check today from another person. I didn't know you were paying for it.
Okay. So that's $2,600 of in-kind good citizens that some of them may have their own property there too, but they want to see the city be clean and look like it could be. So.
And that money's from people that don't have property issues for that check.
Okay.
How do we
some just overgrown lots, and some of them is structures that's half fallen down, that we won't be there 2 hours, and some of them are full-blown structures that'll take a little bit more time. The lot over on Hilltop that we cleaned, it took us just a little more than 4 hours and had that property piled up, ready to make a big difference. We have to go back and finish leveling it out, but, the big majority of it is down.
And, Mr. Lewis, to help you, David and I, when we get a call, we go and look at the properties, and, you know, I kind of put the pencil to it as to what it's gonna cost us. We're looking at this at, you know, $85 an hour is kind of where we're figuring, on the properties. I would say that a big hats off to Title Guarantee, Greg Bennett's folks for helping us. That was, something that swept up on me, Mr. Bell brought it to my attention. I thought we could do the title research ourselves as other cities, but thank Mr. Bell and Title Guarantee, because they're donating that to the city. And that's gonna probably be a $5,000 to $10,000 bill, but if we get to the city, depending on the number of properties. So I'm just looking at each property different. I've told the property owners, I'm not trying to make money at this, I'm trying to break even and clean up the city. So, you know, that's kind of where we're at with it. So each property is different. But, again, the city's not, if I can, we're not gonna lose money, we're not gonna give it away, because at the end of the day, we didn't make the mess. Any other questions, anybody?
So, you know, what you're saying, maybe, $25 an hour,
And what I've done, most of the properties that we've looked at, we're looking at $750 to get the houses down. That's gonna be machines, the trucking's been donated, if we have to truck it to the landfill in LA, there will be a tip fee involved there. And at the end of the day, I can assure you, we're gonna use up every penny of that money. Between fuel and trucking and machines and tip fees and, but again, if we charge the $2,500 going rate of most contractors, we'll keep looking at this problem for 20 more years.
so, how much you think you would estimate to do on the property that does not have a structure and that available?
Well, just, I think that property on Hilltop, we quoted her, was it 6 or 8 hours?
6 hours on that, 8 hours on that one, 6 hours on the one across the street.
Okay, so we quoted her 8 hours, and it cost us 4, we charged her 4.
So, and the property with the structure, what kind of estimate would be, you know?
With a house, you know, or something, it's gonna be every other 8 hours. Because in the time that I spent with Hurricane Katrina in '05, it's gonna take me a good 6 to 8 hours to get the house down, loaded, hauled, and we were on a short haul of it.
You know, or we're gonna charge the customer also for the hauling it out and the dumping fee and all that.
Most of the properties that we've told the people that was $750, and at the end of the day, we're gonna use all of that. There may be $50 left on the table, but I'm not looking for it.
The 750 is what you.
750 is what I told, just might hear everybody we talk to. On lots, cleanup of just lots, I told them $85 an hour. That's either the bush hog company or the track hoe, whichever machine we take, it's $85 an hour.
Again, I'm not certain I'm going to always want to make them get national. How do we distinguish now between the labor? In other words, the labor is not, you know, working on private property, and when you're employed in the city, and the city's paying their salary, and how do we, I guess that's the auditor to
Well,
figure that out, or?
and I can check on that. I know if you call a private contractor, he quotes you a price on a machine, that's gonna be a trail, what he does, who's on the job, what was on the job, because not every job's gonna need a bulldozer, not every job's gonna need a backhoe, so, 3 years from now, if you wanna see one of these properties and what went on, it's gonna have a folder. You can go back and see who worked on the job, what equipment was on the job. We're gonna keep us a good trail.
Okay, well, actually, we can build the city, when it comes to the transfer from that account to the city, or just for.
This abatement fund, right, the money will come out of the abatement fund and it'll go into the street fund. Whatever it is, right. Debbie will fix him up a bill that he'll fill out and turn in, and then she'll transfer the money.
David, do we have an agreement with the property owners to maintain the properties once we clean them up? Is there any formal?
There's not an informal, and that brings up a good question, there's not a formal in writing agreement. Basically, everybody what we have talked to is, if we clean it up, what are you gonna do with it, Sam? And they say, it's gotten out of my control, I can't do anything, but once we get it cleaned up, we will keep it cleaned up. And we're gonna monitor that, I mean, we'll stay on, once we get that ball rolling, we'll have the correct contact, so Sam, if you have one and we cleaned it up and I drive by and yard needs to be mowed, I'm gonna call Sam. We cleaned that up, we don't wanna get it in the shape it was in. So, everybody's been on pretty understanding that if we get in there and clean it up, they will maintain it.
Did we get anywhere to speak of with the ADAQ on the burning?
I hadn't made that call yet. We're getting our list together of the properties that we're fixing to go and clean. Mr. Nelson's got to inspect them for asbestos, turn in his findings, and we'll send that report to the asbestos supervisor in Little Rock. And when he signs off, I'm gonna make that call next door to the burning. AEDQ's got a person for everything. So when Torrance signs off his asbestos, I'll make the call to Hines, who's the burner.
They could have sworn, I don't know if they will or not.
Well, and they know there's a problem, they set this big room, and they told us there's a problem. We have a construction debris problem, we don't have an asbestos problem. So, we're gonna be on board with them, they'll have a worksheet with us each week on what we're doing, the locations we're at, the properties we're at. We're not gonna move without them knowing where we're at and what we're doing, that way it'll keep peace in the family all the way. So, but I just haven't made that call because we're getting the list ready to go to the man to approve it.
I believe that is your plan, you really don't.
And then make that call, and then if he's not on board, well, I need to make another call, but that puts us to the landfill in Union County where tip leaks going on. So, we've got a good plan in place, and I've talked to the county judge, and he's on board, Larry Atkinson. We've got a great plan laid out, we just need Little Rock on board, and I think at the end of the day, we'll get that. We're just moving slow, because once the wheel starts moving, y'all, it's gonna go pretty good. It's just getting the wheel rolling.